So you have two objects. We are talking about system at rest, मतलब हर ऑब्जेक्ट रेस्ट पे होना चाहिए. So better is to observe each object what forces are acting. देखो इधर हो जाएगा m1g, ये एक टेंशन फोर्स भी रहेगा, एंड देयर विल बी नॉर्मल फोर्स, राइट. यहां पर क्या होगा, m2g, एंड इधर होगा टेंशन. सो इफ आई ऑब्जर्व दिस मास m2 रेस्ट पे कब होगा, जब इसका फोर्सेस बैलेंस्ड होगा. मींस T इज इक्वल टू m2g. दिस शुड बी करेक्ट एंड दिस आल्सो शुड बी रेस्ट. मतलब इस पे अगर फोर्सेस बैलेंस्ड है तो इस पे भी फोर्सेस बैलेंस्ड होने चाहिए. तो एक पॉइंट हम अभी याद रखेंगे, वो पॉइंट अगर if you all guys forget that point, then in almost every problem you will face you will face difficulty while solving them. So that point is, जब भी हम forces resolve करते हैं, while, all should write this, while resolving force. In the last class we have seen a question जहां पर कि हम force resolve कर रहे थे as per it was demanded in the question. But what is the most general way ताकि हमारा प्रॉब्लम सिंप्लीफाई हो जाए. So consider two axes. Consider two axes. Definitely we have to consider two axes, x and y. Now the thing is x y axis को कैसे कंसीडर करेंगे. x को कंसीडर करो, कंसीडर x along the surface. ये याद रख लेना है और मेन पॉइंट यही है. तो अगर x को हमने अलोंग सरफेस कर लिया तो y किधर कंसीडर करेंगे, परपेंडिकुलर टू सरफेस. तो जैसे एक ऑब्जेक्ट रखा हुआ है, फॉर एग्जांपल एक ऑब्जेक्ट सरफेस पे रखा है, सारे डायरेक्शन में फोर्सेस लगे हुए हैं, तो हमें फोर्सेस किधर प्रोजेक्ट करना है, अलोंग द सरफेस, इसको x मान लेंगे, एंड परपेंडिकुलर टू सरफेस इसको y मान लेंगे. दूसरा एग्जांपल, लेट्स से वी हैव एन ऑब्जेक्ट ऑन द इंक्लाइन. तो यहाँ पे सरफेस क्या है, ये रहा सरफेस, तो ये हो जाएगा हमारा x, और ये रहा परपेंडिकुलर टू सरफेस, ये हो जाएगा y. Again I say guys, it does not matter whether you consider this x and this y, but generally what I have said, while resolving forces, to do questions with ease, this is the general thing that we follow. We consider x axis along the surface and y definitely perpendicular. तो इस केस में ये होगा हमारा x और y, इस केस में ये होगा हमारा x और y. Means we have to project all the forces along x and y axis. So just observe here. m1 को देखते हैं. देखो m2 का तो यहाँ पर हो गया, the work is over for m2. m1 को देखें तो forces किधर किधर भी हैं. We do not have fixed direction. So we will consider the axis. ये रहा y, ये रहा x. तो जो फोर्सेस x और y के अलोंग है उसको वहीं रहने दो. ये जो फोर्स है, दिस इज नीदर अलोंग x नॉर अलोंग y. सो आई नीड टू प्रोजेक्ट दिस. तो ये एंगल थीटा होगा, राइट. ये एंगल थीटा होगा. एवरीवन अग्रीज. ज्योमेट्रिकली कैसे देखेंगे, एक बार बस देखते हैं, इसके बाद से नहीं देखेंगे. ये थीटा है, ये 90 होगा, ये 90 माइनस थीटा होगा बाय एंगल सम प्रॉपर्टी, एंड this total is 90 because this is normal. So 90 minus this angle will be this. तो वो क्या हो जाएगा, theta. So once we get this angle theta, now I can project this force. m1g cos theta इधर हो जाएगा और m2g sin theta इधर हो जाएगा, राइट. m1g sin theta. ये सभी को समझ में आया यहाँ तक. m2 का बात तो हो गया है because this is at rest. Now m1 is also rest because the system is at rest. So if m1 is at rest, means the forces along x is balanced and forces along y is balanced. हमने motion in two dimension में क्या पढ़ा था, that motion along x and motion along y is independent. So if it is independent, that means the forces here acting along x and y, that is also independent. So if I say m1 is at rest, that means the net force, this is the symbol for summation of force along x, is 0 and the net force along y is 0. तो y में net force 0 कैसे होगा? When n is equal to m1 g cos theta, n is equal to m1 g cos theta, and along x क्या होगा? When this t is equal to m1 g sin theta. So what you were asked to find? Theta. So I will put this value of t here because we do not have t. We are not given t. तो t को यहाँ पर put करेंगे, क्या मिलेगा? m2g is equal to m1g sin theta. So from here one can say m2 by m1 is equal to sin theta, and theta यहाँ से क्या लिख लेगा? Sin inverse m2 by m1. Theta is sin inverse m2 by m1. And if we have figured out theta, तो n का वैल्यू निकाल सकते हैं. n क्या होगा? m1g cos theta. Cos theta we will write it as cos of sin inverse m2 by m1. ये आंसर भी लिख सकते हैं. एंड वी कैन इवन सिंप्लीफाई. हमारे पास sin थीटा का वैल्यू है m2 by m1. कैन यू ऑल फाइंड द वैल्यू ऑफ cos थीटा? यस वी कैन डू. sin थीटा क्या होता है? परपेंडिकुलर, दैट मीन्स m2 इज दिस साइड, बाय हाइपोटेन्यूज दिस इज m1. तो ये साइड क्या होगा? रूट ऑफ m1 स्क्वायर माइनस m2 स्क्वायर. तो नाउ फ्रॉम हियर वी कैन फाइंड cos थीटा क्या होगा? बेस which is root of m1 square minus m2 square by hypotenuse which is m1. तो n का ये भी एक्सप्रेशन लिख सकते हैं, क्या है? m1g cos थीटा. तो m1g cos थीटा का जो वैल्यू निकाला, रूट m1 स्क्वायर माइनस m2 स्क्वायर बाय m1. सभी को समझ में आया? देयर इज नो कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी हियर. धीरे धीरे हमने समझा सबको. We will do a number of problems like this. This is the main thing about this chapter, Newton's laws of motion. किन बच्चों को समझ में नहीं आया? क्या समझ में नहीं आया? Let me know that. Else we will do more and more questions. कोई डाउट है? You all can unmute or you all can ask me in the chat. Finding the second value of n, ये बस मैथमेटिकल कैलकुलेशन है. ये मैथमेटिकल कैलकुलेशन है. ये देखो, साइन थीटा समझ में आया? अंडरस्टूड हाउ टू गेट द वैल्यू ऑफ साइन थीटा, है ना? साइन थीटा अगर हमें मिल गया, देखो क्या मिला साइन थीटा, चलो यहाँ लिख लेते हैं. ये मैथमेटिक्स है, यहाँ पर कोई फिजिक्स नहीं है. साइन थीटा क्या मिला? m2 by m1. साइन थीटा m2 by m1. अगर साइन थीटा का वैल्यू है तो कॉस थीटा कैसे निकालते हैं? 10th में ट्रिगोनोमेट्री में एक आइडेंटिटी होगा ना, कॉस स्क्वायर थीटा प्लस साइन स्क्वायर थीटा इज इक्वल टू 1. तो कॉस थीटा कैसे निकलता है? रूट ऑफ 1 माइनस साइन स्क्वायर थीटा. सो दैट इज रूट ऑफ 1 माइनस m2 by m1 होल स्क्वायर. तो ये क्या हो जाएगा? रूट ऑफ m1 स्क्वायर माइनस m2 स्क्वायर बाय m1 स्क्वायर. तो इसको हम लिख सकते हैं रूट ऑफ m1 स्क्वायर माइनस m2 स्क्वायर डिवाइडेड बाय रूट ऑफ m1 स्क्वायर, वो हो गया m1. नाउ अंडरस्टूड cos थीटा का वैल्यू कैसे मिला? रूट m1 स्क्वायर माइनस m2 स्क्वायर बाय m1. बस यही हमने यूज किया है. n का क्या वैल्यू था? n वाज इक्वल टू m1g cos थीटा. तो उसके जगह हमने लिख दिया यहाँ पर रूट m1 स्क्वायर माइनस m2 स्क्वायर बाय m1. ओके, सो वी विल डू मोर एंड मोर क्वेश्चंस ताकि रिजोल्यूशन समझ में आ जाए. अच्छा, एक बार ये एंगल देख लेते हैं. ऑब्जेक्ट यहाँ था, राइट? वो एंगल को याद कर लो गाइस, अभी बस हम उसका प्रूफ देख लेंगे। ये रहा थीटा। हमने पहली बात है अलोंग व्हाट डायरेक्शन आई शुड प्रोजेक्ट। तो हमें क्या याद रखना है? सरफेस के अलोंग प्रोजेक्ट करना है, मतलब व्हाटएवर फोर्सेस आर एक्टिंग ऑन द ऑब्जेक्ट दैट शुड बी एक्टिंग अलोंग द सरफेस एंड परपेंडिकुलर टू सरफेस। तो पहले हम देखते हैं फोर्सेस क्या-क्या थे। एक तो फोर्स ये था m1g, दूसरा फोर्स टेंशन इधर था, तीसरा फोर्स नॉर्मल इधर था। नाउ वी विल प्रोजेक्ट। तो प्रोजेक्ट किधर करना है? एक परपेंडिकुलर टू एक्सिस, सॉरी प्लेन, एंड दूसरा अलोंग द प्लेन। So once we are sure ये x और ये y एक्सिस है, so all the forces should be along x and y. ये टेंशन फोर्स x के अलोंग है, नॉर्मल y के अलोंग है। We don't need to do anything with this. ये जो फोर्स है, this is neither along x nor along y. So we are sure कि इसको प्रोजेक्ट करना है। So we have to find either this angle or you have to find this angle. तो देखो नॉर्मल ज्योमेट्री, this is थीटा, ये 90 डिग्री है। What will be this angle? 180 डिग्री टोटल एंगल माइनस थीटा माइनस 90 डिग्री, तो क्या होगा 90 माइनस थीटा, राइट? और ये जो टोटल एंगल है ये भी 90 है, राइट? सो इफ आई कंसीडर दिस एज x, तो 90 माइनस थीटा प्लस x इज इक्वल टू 90। सो फ्रॉम हियर आई वांट टू फाइंड आउट एंगल x। तो x क्या होगा? 90 90 कैंसिल हो गया, x क्या हो गया? थीटा। तो ये याद रख लो, ये अगर थीटा इसको प्रोजेक्ट करना है, जनरली हम वेट को ही प्रोजेक्ट करते हैं, तो ये एंगल क्या होगा? थीटा होगा। याद कर लेते हैं इसको डायरेक्ट। Okay, so if this is theta, m1g can be broken as m1g cos theta either and m1g sin theta either, and this object is in equilibrium, that means t is equal to m1g sin theta. That means this is the force along x is balanced. Similarly, force along y should be balanced, so n is equal to m1g cos theta. Now is it clear to all? Okay, we will do another question. ये क्वेश्चंस करने से ही ये सारी चीजें क्लियर होंगे। हाँ, नॉर्मल फोर्स निकाला ना, ये नॉर्मल फोर्स ही निकाला ना हमने, ये नॉर्मल तो निकाला। नॉर्मल क्या होगा? m1g cos थीटा, हमने sin थीटा निकाला था, तो फिर cos थीटा निकाला और ये हो गया नॉर्मल। सो एवरीवन लेट अस डू दिस क्वेश्चन। वैसे वैसे क्वेश्चंस हम बहुत करेंगे अभी। मेन इन दिस चैप्टर इज द क्वेश्चंस लाइक व्हाट वी हैव डन बिफोर। Quickly, all should do this and send me the answer here. So there is a particle here. Mass कितना है particle का? 50 grams. Force निकालना है. You will find in Newton. So take everything in SI unit. 50 into 10 to power minus 3 kg. You have to find the force acting on the particle at t equal to 2 seconds. So at this time, this is velocity versus time. So its slope will give acceleration, right? So 2 second पे acceleration क्या है? You will find the slope. How to find the slope? 15 by 3, right? 15 by 2 नहीं लेना है. This change in velocity, कोई दो point लेते हैं. Let's say 0, 0 I take. This point is 315. What is the slope? 15 by 3. So at t equal to 2, slope is 5, that is acceleration. तो force क्या होगा? m into a. 50 into 10 to power minus 3 into 5. That will be 0.25 newtons. At t equal to 4. t equal to 4 पे slope क्या है? 0, right? So acceleration is 0. So force will be 0 newton. Part 3. t equal to 6 seconds पे. मतलब this is lying somewhere over here. So you have to find the slope of this line. So this point is 80. This point is 515. So slope will be y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So that will be minus 5. So acceleration is minus 5. तो यहाँ से force क्या मिल जाएगा? Mass into acceleration, तो minus 0.25 न्यूटन. सभी को समझ में आया? जहां पर भी velocity time graph है and we are asked about the force, so definitely it will give us the acceleration. The slope will be acceleration. This question we'll do quickly. हाँ चलो ये पहले नोट कर लो जिनको नोट करना है, देखना है कुछ. So t is equal to 6 seconds पे ही तो निकाला है, थर्ड में दिया हुआ है. तो we have found at t equal to 6 seconds only what is the acceleration. So that will be obtained by the slope of this. Next one we will do number 10. quickly all will do. जिनका हो जाएगा they will let me know the answer here. So here it says raindrops of radius 1 millimeter and mass 4 milligrams are falling with a speed of 30 on the head of a bald person. The drops splash on the head and come to rest. Assuming that the drops cover a distance equal to their radii on the head before bursting and coming to rest, estimate the force that is exerted by each drop on the head. So displacement covered is 1 millimeter before it comes to rest. So let's convert in meters, 10 to power minus 3 meters. Mass, what it is? 4 into 10 to power minus 3 grams. So it will be 10 to power minus 6 kilograms. All should be in SI unit. And it is falling at a speed of 30 meter per second. That means initial speed is 30 meter per second. And finally it comes to rest. So you can use 2as is equal to v square minus u square. So 0 square minus 900 is equal to 2 into a into s. So this will give acceleration as 450 into 10 to power 3 meters per second square. This is the acceleration that we found based on the information. Now you have the mass, you have the acceleration, you can easily find out the force. So what will be the force? M into A. M is 4 into 10 to power minus 6. A is 450 into 10 to power 3 negative. So this will be it minus 1800 into 10 to power minus 3. So it will be minus 1.8 Newton. So what will be the force exerted by each drop on the head? 1.8 Newton. Force exerted by each drop is 1.8 Newton. All right. So we will do the other question. So most of you gave this answer. That's fine. The other question we will do. Yes. So all can do this one. A block of mass 0.2 kg is suspended from the ceiling by a light string. Second block of mass 0.3 kg is suspended from the first block using another string. So how is the system? This is the ceiling. First block is suspended by a string. This is 0.2 kg. Second is suspended with the string and attached to this block. This is 0.3 kg. You have to find tensions in the two strings. In this string 1 and then in this string 2. You have to find the tensions in each string. Take the value of G as 10. Quickly, all will attempt this first. जल्दी जल्दी सभी करेंगे इसको. You need to draw the free body diagram. Two objects are there, तो दो free body diagram आएंगे. 0.3 kg का there will be weight and there will be tension. What is the direction of tension? Away from the string. So let us say that tension in string 1 is T1 and tension in string 2 is T2. So 0.3 kg का जब हम free body diagram बनाएंगे, so weight will be 0.3 into 10, that is 3 Newton, and this will be T1. 0.2 kg का जब हम free body diagram बनाएंगे, so there will be two tensions acting, one, and they are all away from the mass. One T2 in the upward direction and another T1 in the downward direction. And there will be its weight also, m into g. So it will be 2 Newton the weight. So this is also balanced. So first T1 will be equal to 3 and here T2 will be equal to T1 plus 2. So we will put this value of T1, we will get T2 as 5 Newton. So what are the tensions in the two strings? 3 Newton and 5 Newtons. Is this understood to all? Next we will do this question number 2. All will do this question. Okay, one answer I can see. All will do this. Constant force acting on a body of mass 3 kg changes its speed from 2 to 3.5 in 25 seconds. The direction of the body remains unchanged. What is the magnitude of force? We don't need to think anything here. Force is mass into acceleration. It is changing its speed in this much time. You can find acceleration. So what will be mass? It is 3. Acceleration, I'll use v minus u by t. So 3.5 minus 2 by 25. So if you simplify, you will get 3 into 15 into 10 to the power minus 1 by 25. So we'll get 1.8 into 10 to the power minus 1, that is 0.18 newtons. Question number 3 we will do. So all can select here the options, whatever is right as per you. Here in this figure, blocks A, B, and C, each of mass m, have accelerations a1, a2, and a3. F1 and F2 are external forces of magnitudes 2 mg and mg respectively. It's given here. Then you have to check the result. So here it can be observed. देखो force इधर लगा रहे हैं तो ये block accelerate किधर करेगा इधर, and it is having acceleration a1. So first let us understand this. Find out the value of a1. So if I am applying a force of 2 mg, then what will be the tension here, guys? It will be equal to the force applied. जितने जोर से फोर्स लगाएंगे, जितना फोर्स लगाएंगे उतना टेंशन यहाँ क्रिएट होगा. So it will be 2 mg. So here also the tension will be 2 mg for this block A. And what is the other force acting on A? It is its weight. So just observe guys, ये accelerate ऊपर कर रहा है. That means the net force in the upward direction should be more. So what will be the net force? We have the expression F is equal to ma, जिसमें F क्या था? Net force. So net force will be 2 mg minus mg, right? Because they are in opposite direction. यहाँ पे हमने 2 mg minus mg क्यों लिया? Because the block is moving up, मतलब ऊपर का force ज्यादा रहेगा. And this is equal to m into a. From here we get mg is equal to ma 1 and a1 is equal to g. ब्लॉक ए का जो एक्सीलरेशन a1 था वो क्या निकला? g, right? Similarly, all of you find out the acceleration of this block C. Quickly let me know कि block C का acceleration a3 क्या है? Acceleration of this block C, just observe, F2 are the external force applied. So on block of mass 2m, there is its weight 2 mg, tension is there, and there is external force mg. So due to this external force, block will be set into acceleration. So whatever will be its acceleration in the upward direction, since they are connected, it will also accelerate in the downward direction. तो अगर इसका acceleration downward है, so net force in the downward direction should be 3 mg minus t should be equal to m into a. You cannot find acceleration by just an equation. You need to consider this object also, because there are two unknowns, tension and acceleration. So if we observe this object C, on C object, weight is mg and tension here is T. So from here, what equation we will get? As it is accelerating up, so net force will be T minus mg is equal to m into a. We do not need T, we can add these two equations. So 3 mg minus mg, that will be 2 mg, and this will be 3 ma. So from here we get a as 2 mg by 2g by 3. Is this understood to all? How to find out the accelerations? So okay, now for object 2, all should find the acceleration for this object 2. a1 और a3 हमने निकाल लिया, तो ऑब्जेक्ट 2 का एक्सीलरेशन कैसे निकालेंगे? दिस इज 2m, so there is no force applied, so only we will consider the forces acting on them. तो ये एक्सीलरेशन नीचे करेगा और ये एक्सीलरेट ऊपर होएगा. So if you observe B, because there are two objects, so if we observe here B, the force is, एक तो टेंशन ऊपर है, दूसरा वेट इसमें एक्ट कर रहा है, एंड इट इज एक्सीलरेटिंग विथ एक्सीलरेशन a2. तो एक्सीलरेट ऊपर हो रहा है मींस नेट फोर्स इज t माइनस mg, राइट? जिधर भी एक्सीलरेट होगा वो फोर्स ग्रेटर होगा. So t minus mg is equal to mass of B, that is m into a2. This is one equation we have got. Another with mass 2m. This here, what all forces will be acting? One force tension will be acting here, another force weight will be acting, and it is accelerating in the downward direction. So here, since it is acting in the downward direction, downward force is greater, so the net force will be 2 mg minus t is equal to m into a. So 2m into a2. So we need just acceleration. So let us add these two equations. Adding them removes t, and we get 2 mg minus mg, that is mg. This is equal to 4m a2. From here we get a2 as g by 4. So let us use this value, a2 as g by 4. Now from here you can easily check which option is right. So which one is correct here? If you see a2, it will be 0.25 of g. a3 will be 0.67 of g. So which one should be greater? A1 is the greatest, g value is greatest, and then C, that is A3, and then B, that is A2. So option B is the correct one. So similar to this question, let us do another one. So let us say we have a ceiling here and there is a pulley attached, two masses are there, m1 and m2. The question is you have to find tension and the accelerations of the blocks. Quickly, all will do this one. You are not given whichever mass is greater, so you can consider any mass to be greater. अगर सिस्टम स्टेशनरी रहेगा तो एक्सीलरेशन क्यों निकालना है? ये मास इक्वल नहीं है ना, तो स्टेशनरी कैसे होगा? अगर मास इक्वल रहता तो दोनों का m और m देते. These two, m1 and m2 are different, of course. So it's not at rest. It will accelerate, तभी तो ये acceleration पूछा गया है. as both the objects are accelerated, they will have acceleration. Let us suppose we say m2 is greater than m1. So what are the forces acting? You need to take that. इस पे m2g force act कर रहा है और इस पे tension act कर रहा है. There is no other force acting other than what is shown here. Here also there will be weight and there will be tension. Now you have to just observe that this m1 is accelerated in the upward direction, so this force should be greater. So net force for m1 क्या होगा? T minus m1g is equal to mass into acceleration. I am everywhere using net force is equal to mass into acceleration. So one equation, who has not understood this equation? Let me know first. At a later stage, if you ask, I will not be able to tell. Whoever has not understood this, they will ask me now. Now observe this second object. It is accelerated in the downward direction. ये नीचे accelerate हो रहा है, means ये नीचे move कर रहा है. That means this force should be greater. तो net force क्या होगा? This force minus the force in the opposite direction. So m2g minus t is equal to m into a. So what is the mass? m2. Acceleration, guys, it will be same because all the objects here 1 and 2 they are connected. So now we just need to solve these two equations and we can get tension and acceleration of the blocks. So let us write both these equations. T minus m1g is equal to m1a. दूसरा इक्वेशन क्या था? m2g minus t is equal to m2a. So first I will find a. Anything you can do, but what I will do, I will first find a, because on adding them I can see this t and minus t will get cut. You will get m2g minus m1g is equal to, add them, m1 plus m2 into a. So from here we can solve and get a as m2g minus m1g by m1 plus m2. And once we have figured this acceleration, let's put in any equation. Let's say I will put here. So t can be written as m1g plus m1 into a. What is the value of a we found? m2g minus m1g by m1 plus m2. So let us simplify. So we will get m1g into m1 plus m2 plus m1 into m2g minus m1g divided by m1 plus m2. So this will give t as, let's take them out. So m1 square g plus m1 m2 g plus m1 m2 g minus m1 square g and divided by m1 plus m2. So this gets cut and we get the value of t here as 2 m1 m2 g by m1 plus m2. And what value we have got for a here? As m2 minus m1 g over m1 plus m2. Those who are asking how tension could be same if the force acting are different, tension is the property of the string and tension will be same throughout the string. This is what we learnt in the earlier class. Whatever will be the tension, that will be due to the combined effect of the forces. जो भी इस ऑब्जेक्ट और इस ऑब्जेक्ट के वजह से लग रहा है फोर्स, तो उस दोनों के कंबाइंड इफेक्ट से लेट अस से टेंशन क्रिएटेड इन द स्ट्रिंग इज टी, तो हर पॉइंट पे सेम टेंशन एक्ट करेगा. एवरीवेयर टेंशन विल बी सेम. So those who wants to take them out, they will note. So guys, here we have just started doing these kinds of questions where dynamics is involved. We will do more questions similar to this, but before that you all are required to go through the homework section of point 1. All the level 1 and level 2 questions, this must be done by tomorrow's class, because this is what we started from the next part. So it's again better if we discuss this homework section of point 1 in the next class. No question in level 3 guys. अगर level 3 होता तो हम कर लेते. All right guys, see you in the next class and we will discuss this homework of point 1 and then again continue with such kinds of topics. All right, any doubt? So guys, whatever we learned in first class and the second class, in fact today also whatever we learned, those were the points that we required to solve such questions. So see you all guys in the next class. Okay, bye everyone. Do the homework.